they were moving people in and out, because they closed Newtowne 20. Can you help us to understand some of the dynamics that are going on?
Well, it's generational. It has happened where there's been a rivalry against the public housing communities in the city of Annapolis. Newtowne 20, when they started to prepare to close down, or started to talk of closing down, when Mike Bush was alive, he was there, and we had some conversation about preparing the children in Newtowne to be able to go to these communities, which were their rivals, Riverwood, Bywaters, and Eastport. They don't have a really bad relationship with Annapolis Gardens at all, but then there's some with Bay Ridge Gardens, but not a lot. So there's a rivalry with the communities that have been going on since even before my generation. When Mike Bush was alive, one of the young ladies that was one of the ladies, okay, so I'm 48, so the generation above me, it was a lady there who shared a story about it being in her generation. And it didn't, for her, it didn't break, the rivalry didn't break until she took a job. And the young lady that she used to rival with that came from another community, both of them were inside, had to share a room together because they went on a away conference and they had to share a room together. And she talked about how neither one of them even knew what they were rivaling about or why did they like each other. So to me, it's the same thing. I don't know what this generation right here is rivaling about, but I can't tell you what we were rivaling about when I was younger. So.
Well, I think it's the thing you were saying is like, this is your family. And so it's like, you know, people feel indebted or, you know, connected to a certain group of people. And so it almost feels like you're betraying these different groups. But I'm glad that they are bridging those gaps.
But specifically, a lot of people in the community, white people in the community, don't understand that, like these recent shootings, are rivalry related. Can you, am I telling that right?
Yes, you are. Yes.
And then they don't know why they're doing
Rita, what you're saying is what we all need to understand, because that's what's wrong with our whole community. It's all about rivalry. And we don't know why we have rivalry. That's why we have to keep reading history. Just like you said, the rivalry in your community, people have rivalry, they have no idea why they have it. Right. The same thing's true between whites and blacks.
Yes.
None of us understand why we have all the rivalry that we have. Thank you very much for your bringing this to us.
Okay. One thing I do want to share is, regardless of all that negative highlight that comes up about the public housing communities, I do know in Riverwood, because I've worked with a few ladies down there, and I do know that in Woodside, my ultimate goal is to bring a vision of hope. And so, in spite of everything bad that goes on, I want what we're doing good to overshadow the bad stuff. So you might hear about that kind of stuff, and that's the reason I post stuff on Facebook. That's the reason why I post about the charitable donations that people give to us, because I want people to see, in spite of all of this stuff that's going on, there's still some good that's going on. And I can say this, it has not been us who has helped the pantry sustain. It has been people that don't look like us, who come in and love on us and care for us, and sees the need and helps with the need. So when it comes to me, I thank God that people who look like me are not the ones that's helping, because sometimes they have ulterior motives. But I thank God for people that don't look like me, who has been there at least since way before I even came back to Woodside. EP, Mr. Darrel, all of them have been there way before I even came back to the community. So it's a blessing, because in spite of everything that's going on, we still have people that are faithful to Woodside and Newtowne and still continue to come back. And I thank God for the hedge of protection that He has over you when you come in and out of here. So.
All good. And the reason that this is all good is because it helps us understand that we don't even understand why there is public housing.
That's right.
And if we would get to the basis of that and fix that, it would be a lot better.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for the work you're doing. And thank everybody in here who
Yes,
gives.
thank you so much.
you know, Unitarians, we like to help people.